Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin from Florals.com and today I have a bullet journal update for you all. I got requested to do some plan with me's, but I'm not that confident in doing that sort of stuff on camera yet. So until then, I'm just going to give you guys monthly updates with how my bullet journal changes and how I'm using it now. So let's just jump right in. First, I guess we'll go through January and how that went. I would say January was okay. I didn't do all my trackers perfectly. I filled these in after the fact. These ones worked great. Love these pages. The creation list worked great. Monthly faves worked great. And I mentioned that in that video. This spread I also enjoyed just having a calendar with me. I definitely could touch it up a little bit better, but I didn't use it as much as I thought I would. Like, I thought I'd actually fill it in, but I thought that was a little too much work. Patreon, I like having this area to write stuff for it, but again, I didn't feel the need to do it all the time, so I didn't. YouTube, again, fell off the bandwagon with this one. I just don't think I like this setup, so I think we're going to try something else in February, because this one just didn't, it just doesn't look good, and it didn't feel good, so we're just going to not use that one either. And then we start into my weekly tasks. So I divided out the weeks differently each time depending on how many days were in the week. But as you can see, look at week 3 didn't have anything on it practically. So I'm not doing weekly spreads in February, but these ones are here in case I do want to use them, but I did not. Not really. Not as much as I thought I would. So overall, we're keeping. I like having a YouTube page, just not set up like this. I like having a Patreon page, but not set up like this. I like this set up like this. It just needs to have a little bit more tweaking to it. Love these pages. By far, my favorite reason to have a bullet journal are these two pages. And then my trackers, I just didn't like this setup either. I did something a little bit different for the next one. And then my cover page was beautiful. But these pages up front, again, I didn't touch. Like, there's nothing on my wish list. I looked at my swatches a lot. My things to check out worked out. I asked in my last video to put some people's favorite things from January, so I'll have some stuff to write down. I did use my movie page, so I'm excited about that. I can't wait to keep filling this up. I think I'm actually missing a movie, but in case you guys are interested, we saw Ralph Breaks the Internet, A Star is Born, Mary Poppins Returns, and A Dog's Way Home. And we also watched something else. I can't remember what it is, but those are the ones we saw in theaters. Activities, nothing on there yet. And then Year at a Glance is fun. I don't use this very much, though. And then 19 for 2019. Haven't crossed anything off yet, but when I do, I'll let you guys know. And then we're at the beginning. So, to February. I went with a love red pink theme this time around. I just wrote February again and then just a little bit of hearts. Nothing too crazy. I don't want to make it overwhelming for me, overstimulating, because I find that just distracts me. And these markers are my Super Fine from Crayola Super Tip. I think that's what they're called, Super Tips from Crayola. And I used 3 of the colors. This is my tracker setup. I decided to highlight all of the columns this time and know they are not evenly spaced because I don't believe in even spacing. It's just sad I can't space evenly. But I just did abbreviations at the top to make it a little bit more neat. And then I just use X's to mark off the days that I did that habit. So no spending, creative time, blogging, YouTube, Instagram, Insta Story, Facebook. And then these ones are for when I post on there. Well, I guess these 5 are for when I post on there. Just to see how often I'm posting. I know I get in lulls where I don't post a lot. And that's how most people find my stuff. So I want to make sure that they can find my stuff. And again, I marked out 28 days. And then did some hearts up here. Nothing too crazy. This was a fun page. I decided to do them side by side together. That was hard to say. However, I do think since it's a short month, creation list will be 1. But if you guys remember in January, my creation list almost, I wouldn't say almost, but 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 7 left. And I don't think January is going to be, I don't think February is going to be as like heavy of a month as project-wise. But I do plan on coloring each and every other one a color. That way I can, read them a little bit better, see which one they went to. And I have columns that are highlighted for the date and then what type of project and then the project description. So size, double or not, and then the title is left loose. I still have some other things to put in there, like the cards that I had made recently. I showed these over on my Insta stories if you guys are interested, and then I'm also working on a black and white version. So we'll see how that goes, but those will go in here as well. And then monthly faves, I decided to not divide it up as much, so I just have lifestyle and I have crafty and then I have empties, because you guys like to see the empties every month, as do I. I think that's a cool thing to show that I use this month. This is something I absolutely loved. But then having the lifestyle and crafty gives my monthly faves a little bit more originality, instead of just like, this is my favorite crafty tool, this is my favorite crafty ink, etc. So that's giving me a little bit more to work with in terms of dividing those out into categories. And like I mentioned in my monthly faves share video in January a couple days ago, I was hoping to do some other types, so like maybe a tech fave, a movie fave, that sort of thing. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments down below. And then up here I did like sort of like a gross grain ribbon sort of technique. This side looks way better than this side, but just using the pinks to highlight and then the red to add the accents. This is my monthly spread. I don't have anything written on here yet, but I do have a lot of birthdays to put in. That way I can know when to send a card or when to make a card. I have one coming up, and it's a card similar to this one. I made them at the same time, but I already used that one. So I did make some cards this month already, which is great. But I need to get going on my Valentine's Day cards because that's next week. But I do like this setup. I also left open the empty boxes this time, whereas January I had made a box, a super box, which I did not like. So I like how that looks. And I don't like capital Fs, that's why it's lowercase, especially cursive capital Fs, not my fave. But I will write in things as they come along, like if I have a work trip or if I have an event to go to, maybe I'll write that in. I like how simple it is to write something in though. I like the grid pattern a lot. Next up, I have a double page for YouTube. It's sort of just a single page at the moment, but I intend to sort of bring this banner down to here as well. That way it gets a little more continuity. But I just wanted a YouTube dumping space to put notes in. I did see a bullet journal flip through. I think her name was Haley on YouTube, where she puts post-it notes in here. That way she can move them from month to month for her YouTube like film list. That way she remembers her ideas and doesn't forget them. And I think that's a good idea. So I might bring in some sort of post-it note into this, maybe start doing colored ones to match my theme. So I think I have pink ones that I should start using in here. So maybe that would be fun. But just a dumping ground for ideas, because that's what I usually have trouble with, is having ideas and then forgetting them. Right now I have a running list tally, and this filming this video was on that tally, but putting that into this might help me a lot by having everything in one space. Next up, we have a basic Patreon page. I just wanted to have somewhere to dump ideas. I'm working on a really long, like multi-part class for them, my higher up patrons, and it's taking a lot more time and energy than I thought it was, because it's dividing into all these different sections, and I need to start planning that out. I haven't put it in yet, but it is electronic currently, so I think I'm going to start making an outline. That way I have it with me if I start working on that and I forget something, or if I have another idea and want to add it in and I have this with me versus my laptop, this would be a perfect place to add it. So I like that. And then I can also write down things like my monthly challenge for the group, who the monthly challenge winner from last month was, that sort of thing. And if I have sneak peek videos, how many sneak peek videos did I do this month, or how many early access videos did I do this month, that sort of thing. So keeping track of that would be fun, I think. I just don't know how I'm going to do it yet. And I didn't want to wait to post this video, because once I have all the content in here, it doesn't look as pretty as it does when there's no content in here. So I want to make sure that you guys see it before I get too crazy. Then lastly, for the month, I have something called a running to-do list. I think just having a to-do list of things that are like nagging at me, things I need to do, like make my Valentine's Day send list, book my work trip, which I need to do, make new YouTube channel art, which I want to get done this month. This sort of like goals slash tasks to do in February, but not anything that has, I mean, some of these have deadlines, but a lot of them are more like a free-floating deadline. I want to get it done by this, but it really needs to be done by this, or something like that. So I just did a little peach runner back there. But that's it for February. As you can see, it's a lot shorter due to not having the weekly spreads, but I also added in some spreads like the to-do list, Patreon became a double, and YouTube became a double. And I was starting the doubles on the right side, but I figured I should start them on the left side so I'm not afraid to just use up all of this space. So we'll see how those go, but I am very excited to see. I'm really excited about this theme. Reds and pinks are getting me in the mood to make all of the Valentine's Day crafts that I want to make. But by far my favorite pages are the tracker, and the creation list. I think it's so fun and easy to see all the things I made. And I think I'm going to get tabs so I can mark each of the month's creation lists, just like a little flag. That way I can flip to those more easily to see / compare which month's best for me. I was really motivated in January to get a lot done. February not as much because I have some other things going on. And I'm kind of like lulling from this creative attack that I had. It's not that I don't have creative mojo or inspiration, it's just that I kind of wanted to spend my time doing some other things this month. So we shall see what happens. It's going to be another busy month, but plenty of videos to come. And definitely check out the new section on YouTube that I have called the Community tab. I've been posting polls and stuff over there for you guys to vote on what you guys want to see next. So if you haven't checked that out yet, it's available on the YouTube mobile app as well as the YouTube channel. So you can see a little header there that says Community, where you guys can look at sneak peeks and stuff like that. So I'm going to leave you with this beautiful monthly spread, and if anything's wrong, let me know. Maybe I have this whole calendar wrong. That's always my fear, is that this whole thing would be wrong. But I think it's right. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys started a bullet journal this year, what changes you've made to the next month. I know there's a lot of bullet journaling videos out there, but I think seeing the changes in the progression from month to month, what's changed for each individual person, is very insightful for what you might need to change. But I'm really excited to try this out again for another month. And as you guys know, one of my 19 for 2019 is to keep up with my bullet journal, number 17. Number 18 is live stream every month, and we got 1 month down. I did a Patreon live stream in January. Maybe February we'll have a everyone live stream. We shall see. But I'm really excited to do that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!